Oh,
Hello, we're back again here with Renee's recipes, and today it's a cooler day in the 60s, and we're going to do a quick chili. So we're going to do a two-part video of this, and what I am going to do is show you how to cook it. This is just a 1 pound of ground beef. I have put in my Dutch oven this amount of oil, which equals to, I want to say, a fourth cup of oil. Fourth of a cup. It's only 1 pound. I'm going to put it in increments because the heat has been oiling or heating for a while. Now I'm going to go ahead and get all the ground beef in as I turn on my fan, which I will turn it off so you can hear me. I've watched a lot of cooking programs and I've seen some great work out there. People are really doing well. But sometimes the volume level is not, it can be better. We all can be better. Okay? So again, this is a pound of ground beef. Chuck, you can use round sirloin ground beef. I usually use turkey. I actually didn't need to use a fourth cup of oil because ground beef oils itself, as does bacon. So, but the oil was flavored from my flavored oil savings. You don't need to add that because I'm just showing you the portion amount. What it looks like I said, that's about a fourth to a third of a cup oil. Canola is what I usually use. You can use vegetable. What I'm going to do, this is the first time for me. I got a tip. I'm doing a fourth of a cup of. I'm doing a fourth of a cup of red onion. I'm going to add to the mixture here. What I'm doing here is fairly a lot of onion for a chili recipe, but we're onion lovers in this household, and that's what we're doing. Now this would be a little under a fourth of a cup of white onion. I wasn't going to add those, but I'm doing it now because it's chili and there will be so many other ingredients added that it won't matter. The onion will cook down, is what I mean. Now, as that goes ahead and simmers and cooks and fries up a little bit, I'm going to increase the heat because we all know that chili needs to sit a while. So we just want to go ahead and show you how to get this put together and then let it sit in the Dutch oven and go watch a program and relax on a Sunday night. Now, as that is browning, I am going to add here a platter of seasonings that I have prepared. I also have a cheat. Cheating is bad, but in cooking, we can get away with it. What I have here is a teaspoon of a ground black pepper, a teaspoon of red chili pepper, and then we go to the half teaspoons. Half teaspoon of onion powder, half teaspoon of cumin, half teaspoon of garlic powder, even though I have fresh garlic that I will add into the mixture. And this here is like 4.5 cloves, small ones. Also have half teaspoon of brown sugar, half teaspoon of bouillon chicken cube. It's not crushed as much as I would like it, but it will do. We're going to give this mixture here a little whirl. Now, we want to drain, a lot of people, you want to drain the oil. You do. Now we have a spectator here. Depending on what I'm cooking, if I'm using ground turkey, I won't drain the oil because ground turkey is dry. However, this is not ground turkey. And we don't want a greasy chili. It'll have that little layer at the top. But we all know we will still eat it. But as far as health-wise and calories, arteries, cholesterol, we want to go ahead and drain this grease here. If you can see the amount of ground beef here in the pot, that smells really good. Now, I'm going to go ahead and dump this entire seasoning tray in there, even with the oil. Spectator, I've done it both ways, in with the oil or in without the oil. Would you suggest that I dump the seasonings in with the oil?
With the oil.
Okay, so all the, oh, I forgot to mention the teaspoon of salt in the middle. Again, we'll go back, or we'll do a repeat. A teaspoon of black ground pepper, teaspoon of red chili pepper, half teaspoon of onion powder, half teaspoon of cumin, half teaspoon of garlic powder, half teaspoon of brown sugar, half teaspoon of bouillon, full teaspoon of salt. Okay, we dump it all in there. Mix it together. Now, the cheat is third of a cup of chili seasoning in the package. It was left over from another recipe. I do like to use the packaged chili ingredients, and we've all used them. We all buy the pot roast seasoning packs, we buy the taco seasoning packs, and we buy the chili seasoning packs. And if anyone is saying they don't, their friend is looking at them like, you know you do. So we're gonna go ahead and save the cheat seasoning packet for after the drain of the oil. I wish I can pick this up. This is a heavy, I could, if I got oil and geared and everything. But while that's frying, let me tell you about what I have, what I'm going to add to this mixture here. This is a can of chopped diced tomato. When I measured it, it turned into 2 cups. This is 2 cups. If you do the measuring thing, or one 15.5 ounce can of diced tomatoes, any brand. This is 1 can of 14.5 ounce, I looked at it, can of red kidney beans, which I also measured, which came out 2 cups. This is 2 cups of tomato sauce. I'm not going to use tomato paste. Some people do. This is chili. We want it to be loose. I also have, well, we'll talk about this in the second part. These are the toppings for the ending, which includes shallots, white onion, red onion, and cheese. I was thinking about adding this fresh tomato to it, but again, that will be done in the second part. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and drain. Oh, yes. Woo! Those seasonings smell great. I didn't put the garlic in there yet because I like to put the garlic in there when it is in sauce mode. In sauce mode, meaning adding the wet ingredients, the sauce, the beans, the green, the sauce, the kidney beans, and the tomatoes, of course. So we're just gonna go ahead and carry this heavy Dutch oven over. We love Dutch ovens. They're good for everything. Roasting, frying, stuff like this. We're gonna lower that heat, put that up, back on. There's a lot of seasoning stuck to the bottom of this Dutch oven here. We're just gonna move those around a little bit as we. Now some people would add a little chicken broth at this point. We're not, oh, that would go. Yes. Trying different recipe styles all the time, and sometimes I get a little bit impressed with the outcome of this. Very small amount of meat, but a lot of veggies and sauces will be added. We'll put that ground beef back into the pan, and we'll go ahead and quickly, we'll first toss in the tomato sauce. You have to think about that because I do it different every time. And that's frying. And then, you know, it is a chili, so you're gonna add, some will add water, some would add chicken broth. We're gonna go ahead and add in the tomatoes, diced tomatoes, which I said is 1 can or 2 cups, whatever way you want to interpret it. And then we're going to go ahead and add in the chili kidney red beans. Actually, they're not chili kidney red beans. They're just actually red beans. I usually do use the chili ones. I'm not going to name drop, but they have chili bean brands. And we're going to go ahead and add in our cheat chili sauce. And I waited last for the green beans. I would normally put that in the meat, but this time I am doing it at the last minute because it is mixed with scallions and it was soaked. So it's already a little bit softer. It was soaked in a little chicken broth. And so that's going to give that a nice little color. But normally I will suggest put in the green beans and scallions or whatever you use of choice of green veggie or pop of color. Some people use carrots. Not often I've seen, but they do. Okay, so that's all put together. We give it a nice stir. This will cook for, I would say a good hour to 2 hours. Maybe an hour and a half. Midway, I will grind in these garlic cloves and give it another stir and add juices as I need. Juices meaning you can use water, not too much. You don't want to flatten out the seasons or chicken broth. Okay, we'll be back with round 2 of Renee's Recipes Chili.